Well, when it comes to choosing what you're going to have for dinner, how do you choose? I think it's a really interesting question because I think in some ways it says a lot about somebody, not good or bad. But when my brother found out we were moving to Texas, he gave me this cookbook called United Tastes of Texas: Authentic Recipes from All Corners of the Lone Star State. And I decided that I should make a recipe from it. If somebody sends me a cookbook, you bet I'm going to make one or several recipes from it. So I decided to go for this West Texas chili. It's actually a pretty simple recipe, but I'm gonna tell you that I'm a little leery. The amount of onions, it's a lot. It's 2 large onions, and I'm actually cooking 2 batches because you just never know when a neighbor might want to try it or need a hearty meal. But I got this from the grocery store, and it actually says Texas beef, all natural ground beef for chili. Isn't that really interesting? 80% lean, 20% fat. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do, and it's 2 pounds of the ground beef, 2 onions, vegetable oil, 5 garlic cloves. Also, a lot. There's going to be a lot of like flavor packed in here. Salt, ancho chili powder, not regular chili powder, ancho chili powder, ground cumin, paprika. And 3 tablespoons of the chili powder. I don't know. I'm doing it. Paprika, 2 cans diced tomato, 1 can of tomato paste, and a 12-ounce can of amber ale honey. I got some fat tire and 2 tablespoons mozzarella. I did not know what that was. It is corn flour, and it looks like this, and it's gluten-free. All right, and then 1 16-ounce can of pinto beans. And what's really funny about this recipe is it says the Native Americans rubbed dry meat with smashed chilies to pack in saddlebags for travel, a method adopted by frontiersmen. The meat and chilies later were cooked with water over the campfire to make a hot meal. Texans consider beans a Yankee addition from north of the Red River. Keep them out of the chili. I'm putting them in. I eventually, maybe when I've lived here long enough, I'll be okay with, but I love the beans in chili. I love that. It just makes it a little bit more hearty. So that's what's in here. I'm going to start prepping and get going, and then I will come back. All right, I've got my onions going here. And this is going to cook about 6 or 7 minutes until they are translucent, and its directions is over high heat, so I've got that heat cranked up, and those onions are very potent. So just wanted to show you how this is going, and then I'll add the garlic in, and then the ground beef. And the other interesting thing is that it doesn't say to cook the ground beef in batches, which I think is really interesting because normally that's what I do. I do cook it in batches. I don't cook it all at once. So again, I'm going according to this recipe, and it should be very interesting. So we'll see what happens. All right, I've sauteed the onion, and I put the garlic in there for about a minute. Get that garlic flavor kind of opening up there, and then added in the 2 pounds of the ground beef, and this is going to cook for it'll probably take about 6 minutes or so. I'm gonna just keep going here until the meat is no longer pink. Sorry, I was totally distracted by my dog. I have no idea. He's got some antics going. So this is gonna go, I actually already combined everything up into this pot, and this is simmering now for 20 minutes. All right, I've added the chili powder, the cumin, the salt. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt here. A little more because I did a little taste test. And let me just turn that off. Felt like I just needed a little bit more salt. So I'm cooking these spices for just a couple of minutes. Just gonna get that really combined and let the spices kind of hit the pan before I get the paste and the tomatoes in here. All right. Gosh, I don't know if it's very rare that I have made a chili recipe that has tomato paste. Very interesting, but I'm going to go ahead and combine that. Tomatoes. Get that all combined. And we'll go to the next step. Getting ready to add the mozzarella. I think that's how you say it. The corn flour, 2 tablespoons right in here, and just going to combine it. Then this can cook for 10 more minutes. And it will be ready to rock and roll. Then we get to taste it and see how it is. So I'm really excited. We shall see.